zou just aan aussi pour le Nigérian, le projet Brave aussi, ouais. All right. I'm Ms. Mulberry, Senior Principal in ICD Monitoring and Evaluation. Developmental impact. So if I had two superpowers, I would call myself a builder of capacity, and the second one, a provider of finance. So Mrs. Kabouré Honorine is a female entrepreneur located in the capital city of Burkina Faso called Ouagadougou. She's a producer of cassava-based foods, and her company is named Ono Service et Distribution, as an acronym, HOSEDIS. Mrs. Kabouré, just for you to know, she's the embodiment of what we stand for in the project. She's resilient. So she started in 2009, started with very humble beginnings. She worked her way up. However, she's been, according to our understanding, very unfairly treated. So she's lost her business twice, back in 2022 and 2023, forcing her to start over again. Okay, so I mentioned some of the struggles that she's had. One big issue that she's faced, and that's actually typical for a lot of female entrepreneurs in Burkina Faso, is that they don't have access to secure property rights. And in her case, it was the obtention of land. If you don't have land, you cannot get collateral, and if you don't have collateral, it's very hard to get access to finance. So we decided, after being evicted from her land twice and losing everything that she had built up there, not just the infrastructure, but also, especially also her clientele, for the third time, we'd make sure she would get access to land and acquire the actual deed to the land, which is one thing that we did in addition to various types of equipment. So she started off again for the third time, and her business is doing very well. She's employing people, and she's selling a lot of her food as well. So very important, of course, to the aid and the support that we delivered here were the partnerships that we have. On the one hand, we have WeFi, so the Women Entrepreneurship Finance Initiative, that provided the funding for the trainings and for the grants. So in terms of financing of the grant, it was $15,000 as a matching grant, with which she was able to obtain the land, as well as various types of equipments to prepare her products. And second of also, in terms of partnership, was the IDB that helped facilitate everything. And on the ground, of course, we have our local partner, La Maison d'Entreprise du Burkina Faso, who made sure that everything is being followed correctly in terms of procurement, in terms of training, and of course our partner banks. In this case, the partner bank for which the grants were mobilized was Coris International, also a long-standing client of ICD for ICD's LOF. And just for you to know, also, like, her leading product also is called achike. Achike is her main product. I like to call it kind of the West African version of couscous. It's very tasty and delicious, and she's selling very well. As a result of the funding and the training that we provided to her, she's been able to monetize her collateral in order to obtain even bigger source of financing from Coris, so the same partner bank that I just mentioned, and to be able to expand her business. Her business is already expanding, but she wants to go a step further and basically produce more and sell more, even to the point of exporting her products. So that is one of the things. A second ripple effect that she's having is, of course, in terms of employment, especially community employment, because everyone that she's employing are directly located within the vicinity of her small factory. So that's the second point. And of course, all these employees also have their families and they have relatives who depend upon this source of income. So that is also one thing in terms of strengthening the local community. And third, of course, she plays a vital role in contributing to the country's food security by simply producing food, which is selling mainly domestically, but part of it also might be in the future to be exported abroad. So those are three of the important ripple effects that she's having. Okay, so I mentioned achike. So of course I've eaten it before, because also where I'm from, it's something that is quite often consumed. But I never really fully knew the process of how to make it. And I can tell you one thing, it is very tough. It's manually quite tough. So when you get it on your plate, you just put it, let's say, in the microwave, a little bit of water on it, and you heat it up. But just to get it to that stage, you have to peel the cassava, you have to wash it, you have to rinse it. I think you also have to pound it, remove the fiber, filter it, and then dry it, and so forth. So it's a very tough job before you actually get the final thing on your plate. So this is a little cool tip or a little cool thing just to know that I didn't know before. Yeah. Inshallah, I'll bring some views on it.